What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lakers Legacy, and I just wanted to make this video just so I can kind of talk about the Lakers' young core and their young players, because I was thinking last night, I didn't watch the game because I was watching the Steelers play, but I was thinking after looking at the box score and thinking of the first preseason game, we sneakily have one of the best young cores in the league. Obviously not the top 5, top 10, but we're not as bad and as not washed, but we're not as bad for the future as people may think or may give us credit for. Because I know a couple of years ago when we had the oldest team in the league with Westbrook and Ariza and Carmelo Anthony, we didn't look like we had any future. We didn't have any picks. We didn't have any young players except maybe one, and we just looked like we were in a bad spot. But to me now, I think that we're actually in a great spot. We have the top end talent, our two oldest guys. LeBron, obviously, almost like 40 or whatever. Almost, is he 40? He might be 40 already. I don't know. But he's obviously only got a couple more years left in him, we think. Who knows? LeBron, he could play for however long he wants. But he's the only guy over 32. AD is 31. He's towards the end of his prime age. I know he'll probably have 3 more years left of really good and dominant basketball, just because that's how the game is going right now, and that's how he's evolved his game to fit. So he'll have 3 more years of really solid basketball, and we have him under contract for a ton of time now. And then the next couple guys, I have the roster pulled up on the side over here, is Christian Wood. He's 29. He won't be here probably next year or the year after. Gabe Vincent, we're not building around them too either. He's 28. D'Lo's only 28, so realistically he should be entering his prime right now, and we kind of saw that with last year where he shot career highs, I think, or close to career highs, and he had one of the best seasons in his career besides when he was an all-star in Brooklyn. So we can build around him still, and then we go down and we have Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, who are two of our other starters that make a huge impact and lead us to have one of the best supporting cast in the starting five in the whole league, and they're only 26. They're going to get better still. They've only played maybe 10, just over 10 years combined together. So that's only 10 years, 11 years of experience between them. They're going to get better. They're going to keep evolving their game. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be the 1 or 2 option on a team, but they're going to be serviceable starters for any team in the league for the next 3, 4, 5 years, however long we keep them. So in that case, we have really good supporting cast. It's just all about getting those 2 top end guys, 1 or 2 top end guys that can really carry the team. But we're going to have a great rotation as far as up and coming players and players that when they develop, they can contribute to real winning. Then we have Cam Reddish and Vanderbilt, who are 25. They're serviceable rotation players. Vando, obviously, really great defense, one of the best point of attack on ball defenders in the league. And if he stays healthy and develops a little bit of a jump shot over the next couple of years, when he's like 28 or 29, he can easily be either a starter, starting 3 or 4, or he can be the 6th, 7th man off the bench that helps you to win close games and does a little bit of everything, whether it's offensive rebounding, getting a couple steals that contribute to ultimately getting the win. Then you go down a little bit more, and then you have, at 23, you have Dalton Connect. He's one of those guys who a lot of people passed on him because they like drafting rookies that are much younger, either 18, 19, or 20, preferably 18 or 19, because then they have a lot of room to improve until they're 23, and then they start to hit their stride in the NBA. But Connect looks like he's ready to come into the league and make an impact right away. His defense has been better than everyone expects. He knows how to play the game. He's very fundamental, and you can't teach a good shooter. Well, obviously you can teach how to become a good shooter, but he just has that kind of it factor when it comes to shooting. He just knows how to get to his spot. He knows where he likes to shoot from. He's always on balance. He holds his follow through. He has every making of a great shooter in the league. And JJ Redick, or I forget who said he's a 1% shooter in the league. So he's in that top 1%, and we just need to bring that out of him over the next couple of years. And no one will be better than that as a head coach than, well, maybe Steve Kerr, but then JJ Redick can. So I'm looking forward to his development. He can be maybe a 2 option in the future. He's only 6'5", so he's not the tallest, but he can be a really good 2 guard. And if he can be kind of like a 3 and D, I'm not saying he'll be as good as Klay Thompson, but if he can mold his game after Klay Thompson and be an elite defender and for his size, and also be able to knock down 40% of his threes on 10 attempts a game, then he's going to be a really good 2 or 3 guy that can just be on any team and be serviceable. Then you go down a little bit more, and you have Jalen Hood-Schifino and Max Christie, who are both big guards. They're both 6'5", and they're both only 21. Hood-Schifino had pretty good upside from last season when he was drafted into the league. He's a good playmaker. He handles the ball pretty well. He just didn't find his footing in the NBA during the regular season last year. He did, however, have a pretty good G League stat line. Let me look it up really quick. G League stats. Yeah, if we look here, last year he averaged 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists a game. If he can contribute half of that this year and come off the bench as a rotational player and average 11, 3, and 3, he's going to be such a good backup point guard for the future. He's going to take over some of Gabe Vincent's minutes, especially if he can start to develop an outside shot. Wait, let me see. If he can start to develop an outside shot and be very consistent in that, then he's going to be a very serviceable backup 1 or even a backup 2 because of how big he is. But I like his playmaking ability and his vision, his ability to get to the middle of the paint and get paint touches and then look to dish. I think that'll be really good for the future as long as we keep developing him and prioritize his development along with this other guy who I think can be one of the, not like future faces of the league, but one of the guys like a KCP who contributes very highly to winning and that teams would pay 20 plus million for a year just to have him on the team, and that's Max Christie. So with Max Christie, let me look at his stats from last year. From last year in the NBA, he only averaged he had 14 minutes a game, shot 43% from the field, 35.6% from 3. If he develops a little bit more shooting and attacking and finishing and gets closer to that 50-40 range, and with the way that it looks right now, he's a great defender. He's willing to put in the work and he guards and picks up full court. He knows the offense. He moves well without the ball, cuts. He finishes aggressively at the rim, trying to dunk everything. And if he can add that outside shot, he's going to be a KCP type player. He's going to be able to impact winning at every single level and on any team that he goes to, which is hopefully he stays with the Lakers. I kind of see him as a Caruso type player who teams would like go crazy if they could get, because he'll become a great veteran presence. He already sounds like a vet and acts like a vet, even though he's only 21 years old and it's his, 3rd year in the league. He's going to be able to help the Lakers a ton in the future. And then you go down with Bronny. He has all the best resources in the world. He just turned 20 like today or yesterday, and he's only going to get better. People are bashing him after 1 or 2 like bad games in the preseason, but you can't just judge things off of preseason. We obviously know he's not going to get that many minutes. He's going to be bouncing back and forth between the G League, but I think that's what's best for his development, and they're going to use the G League as a means to develop him and make sure he's ready to come into the league and make an impact when he gets there, instead of just trying to rush him into playing because it fits a narrative. Oh, LeBron's playing with his son, he needs to get minutes and he needs to be just like LeBron. But he's his own player. He needs to be able to have time to develop. We already know he's a good shooter and he's a great defender. So as long as he just gets more comfortable and gets more minutes on the court, he's going to be able to come in next year or the year after that, after spending 1 or 2 years in the G League and coming back and forth practicing with the Lakers squad and the South Bay Lakers, and he's going to be able to just be a great rotational player. And I see him as a solid backup point guard the rest of his career, kind of like Tyus Jones kind of guy, where he doesn't turn the ball over, he can shoot, he can play make, and he plays pretty good defense, and any team would love to have him off the bench. So like I was saying, the roster looks like, as long as we keep building around AD the next couple years, after LeBron retires, if he even retires the next couple of years, if we get attract another star like we usually do in free agency because we're in LA, if we keep the young core together like Connect and Hood and Christie and Rui, Reeves, Vanderbilt, those people can all help to like define the rotation and get us back to competing for championships. We just need that one or two other top end talent in order to push us over the line, which I think we can get within free agency or within trades, because we even have other pieces that we can trade. And once we start to get more picks back, we're obviously going to trade them because we're the Lakers. We need to win now, and that's what it's all about. So I think sneakily we have one of the best cores in the league, young cores in the league, and over the next couple of years that'll start to take shape and people will start to realize. Now, I'm not saying don't go clipping this and say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He thinks the Lakers are the best young team. Why aren't they winning now? I think in a couple of years they'll be serviceable. They'll be able to impact winning. They'll be able to help us get over the line and be kind of like a Bruce Brown for the Nuggets in that one year when they won the championship, where he kind of just does everything. We'll have a couple of those that can make an impact and win us games whenever we need, like Lonnie Walker did 2 years ago against the Warriors in that one game. We'll have players that can do that over and over and push us over the line because we know what we'll get from our top end talent. So I'm excited for the future. I think compared to a couple years ago, we're in a amazing spot, because a couple years ago I would have never made a video like this saying that we have a really bright future. But I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing their development and everything, how it shapes up in the next couple of years. But yeah, that's just some thoughts I had about the young core, and I just had like a revelation, I guess, and I just thought about it. Like, we actually turned our young prospects around majorly from the last couple of years. I'm going to be making a video soon on my expectations for the year. It might shock you, it might not. Just a little hint. I don't know if we'll win the championship with the roster right now. I don't think it would be possible. It could be. I'll have my ideas and my thoughts in that video in the next couple of days. But yeah, it's a good time to be a Laker fan. We have the best duo in the league still with LeBron and AD, and our young guys are only going to get better from here. And if they can get better at a fast rate, who knows? Maybe we can go all the way. Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be looking through all those and look forward to the next couple of videos, and I'll see you guys next time.